This is the voice in the wilderness of the people coming to you in the great wind. This is the day that EZER has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I pray that EZER has kept you in good health, in great strength, and has protected you from all danger, from all accidents, and from all iniquities. And that you in return has been calling out on his name, singing his praise, glorifying him and him only, keeping his commandments and hoping in his promise. My dear brothers and sisters, may EZER bless you. May EZER bless you and keep you. May EZER make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May EZER lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. And you will keep EZER's name upon yourselves and on your children, and establish his name among the children of EZER-IAH, that EZER may bless us all. Praise EZER, praise EZER, praise EZER Almighty. My dear brothers and sisters, children of EZER and EZER-IAH, I will bring you in this lesson the words of Solomon, the son of David, king of EZER-IAH, the one whom EZER sent his prophet Nathan to replace his name from Solomon to Jedediah, putting EZER's name on him, the one whom EZER said he loved. And this is his words. I will do this, the book of Proverbs. This book is full of wisdom, of knowledge, and is instructing us how to obtain and to use comprehension. My dear brothers and sisters, I would like you to listen and play this while you're at home or wherever you choose to, and listen to the words that Solomon is speaking to us. Listen to the instructions he is giving us. Allow your children to listen to it. Allow your children to read this book. This book is the customs and the traditions that we should follow. These instructions in this book given to us by EZER-IAH is the tradition and customs of our people. So I encourage you to listen to them. So this is the book of Proverbs, beginning in chapter 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of EZER-IAH. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of comprehension, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity. To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity. To give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning. A man of comprehension shall attain unto wise counsel. To comprehend a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and the dark saying. The love of ire is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instruction of your father, and forsake not the law of your mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto your head, and chains about your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us look privately for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in your lot among us, and let us all have one purse. My son, walk not you in the way with them. Refrain your foot from their path. For their feet run to evil, and make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privately for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, that take away the life of the owner thereof. He is saying to us that we must not follow friends and do evil. We must not follow bad advice and do what's wrong. Neither take foolish instructions and do evil. Verse 20. Wisdom cry out, she utter her voice in the streets. She cry in the chief place of the concourse, in the opening of the gates, in the city. She utter her words, saying, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called and you refuse. I have stretched out my hands, and no man regarded. But you have set at naught all my counsel, and will none of my reproof. Here, wisdom is saying that he's calling out. The spirit of wisdom is crying out to you, is crying out to us. Yet, we are not answering. We are become foolish, and we hate knowledge. And we need to turn to wisdom, because in there we shall know right from wrong. Verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear come. When your fear come as desolation, and your destruction come as a whirlwind. when distress and anguish come upon you. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they have hated knowledge, and did not choose the love of ire. They will none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own device. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them. The prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whosoever hearken unto wisdom shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear and from evil. He's saying to us, as we refuse knowledge, so knowledge will refuse us. As we refuse the spirit of wisdom, so shall we be refused. We need to accept wisdom. We need to seek knowledge. We need to acquire comprehension. Chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if you will receive my words and hide my commandments within you, so that you incline thine ear unto wisdom, and apply your heart to comprehension. Yea, if you cry after knowledge, and lift up thy voice for comprehension, if you seek her as silver, and search for her as for hidden treasures, then shall you comprehend the love of ire, and find the knowledge of our Redeemer. For ire give wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and comprehension. He layeth upon song wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keep the path of judgment, and preserve the way of his servants. Then shall you comprehend righteousness and judgment and equity, yea, every good path. When wisdom enter into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto your soul, discretion shall preserve you. Comprehension shall keep you, to deliver you from the way of the evil man, from the man that speak forward things, who leave the path of unrighteousness, to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil, and delight in the frowardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked, and they froward in their paths, to deliver you from the strange woman, even from the stranger that flatter with her words. My dear brothers and sisters, here he's telling us we have to use our wisdom. We have to use wisdom. We have to acquire wisdom. We have to acquire knowledge. We have to acquire comprehension, and we have to use them. We must not allow other people to use us. We can't allow other people to say anything to us and we believe and we follow. But we must have good judgment, good knowledge, and wisdom. We must seek the spirit of wisdom, the spirit of knowledge, and the spirit of comprehension. We must do this. Verse 17. That forsake the guide of her youth, and forget the covenant of her mighty one. For her house inclined unto death, and her path unto the dead. None that go unto her return again, neither take the whole of the path of life, that you may walk in the way of good men, and keep the path of the righteous. For the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and transgression shall be rooted out of it. We must not allow others to flatter us with their words and cause us to do that which is wrong. We must not allow flattery and follow the wrong way. We are to use judgment and justice, wisdom and knowledge. And that's why we seek after IAH and ask him for wisdom, for knowledge and comprehension. Chapter 3. My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace they shall add to you. Let not mercy and truth forsake you. Bind them about your neck. Write them upon the table of your heart. So shall you find favor and good comprehension in the sight of IAH and man. Trust in IAH with all thine heart. Lean not unto your own comprehension. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. Be not wise in your own eyes. Love IAH and depart from evil. It shall be healthy to your navel and marrow to your bones. Honor IAH with your substance and the first fruit of all your increase. So shall your barn be filled with plenty, and your presses shall burst out with new wine. My son, despise not the chastening of IAH, neither be weary of his correction. We must accept IAH's correction. For whom IAH loves, he corrects, even as a father corrects his son, in whom he delights. Happy is the man that finds wisdom, and the man that gets comprehension. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. Wisdom is more precious than rubies, and all the things you can desire are not to be compared unto wisdom. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Wisdom ways are ways of plentiness, and all the path of wisdom of peace. She is the tree of life to them that lay hold upon wisdom, and happy is every one that retain wisdom. IAH by wisdom has founded the earth. By comprehension has he established the heavens. By his knowledge the deeps are broken up, and the clouds drop down the dew. My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall there be life unto your soul, and grace to your neck. Then shall you walk in thy way safely, and your foot shall not stumble. When you lie down, you shall not be afraid. You shall lie down, and your sleep shall be sweet. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For I shall be your confidence, and shall keep your foot from being taken. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of your hands to do. Say no unto thy neighbor, go and come again, and tomorrow, and I will give, when you have it by you that you can give it. Devise not evil against your neighbor, seeing that he dwell securely by you. Strive not with a man without cause, if he have done you no harm. Envy not the oppressor, choose none of his ways. For the forward is abomination to ire, but his secret is with the righteous. The curse of ire is in the house of the wicked, but he bless the habitation of the just. Surely he scorn the scorners, but he give grace unto the lowly. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools. Chapter 4. Hear you children the instructions of a father, attend to no comprehension. For I give you good doctrine, forsake you not my law. For I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also, and said unto me, let your heart retain my words, keep my commandments and live. Get wisdom, get comprehension, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love wisdom, and she shall keep you. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all you're getting, get comprehension. Exalt wisdom, and she shall promote you. She shall bring you to honor when you do embrace her. Wisdom shall give to your head an ointment of grace. A crown of glory shall she deliver to you. Hear, my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of your life shall be many. I have taught you in the way of wisdom. I have led you in right path. When you go, your step shall not be strained, and when you run, you shall not stumble. Take fast hold of instruction. Don't let her go. Keep wisdom, for she is your life. Enter not in the path of the wicked. Go not in the way of evil men. Avoid them. Pass not by them. Turn from them and go away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness, and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shine more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. My son, attend to my words. Incline thine ear unto my sayings. Let them not depart from your eyes. Keep them in the midst of your heart. For they are life unto those that find them, and health to all the flesh. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Put away from you a froward mouth, and perceive lips put far from you. Let your eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before you. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all your ways be established. Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left hand. Remove your foot from all evil. Praise EZER-IAH. Chapter number 5. My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thy ear to my comprehension, that you may regard direct discretion, and thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lip of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell. Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life, her ways are movable, that you cannot know them. Hear me now, therefore, O you children. Depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her, and come not near to the door of her house. Here he is warning us as young men to keep away from strange women. Lest thou give thine honor unto others, and your years unto the cruel. Lest strangers be filled with your wealth, and your labors be in the house of strangers, and you mourn at the last, when your flesh and your body are consumed. He's telling us, if we are not wise, the strangers will take everything we got, and in the end, we will lose everything. Verse 12, and say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me. I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. Drink water out of thine own cistern, running water of thy own well, lest thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of water in the streets. Let them be only your own, and not strangers with you. Let your fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of your youth. Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy you at all times, and be you ravished always with her love. And why will you, my son, be ravished with a strange woman, and embrace the bosom of a stranger? Why? For the ways of man are before the eyes of EZER-IAH, and he ponder all his goings. His own iniquities shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cords of his sins. He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. We are to take instructions. We are to be aware of the flattering of others. We have to be aware of strange women. We have to be careful with what we have and take care of it and protect it. And don't allow others to just take it from us. And in the end, we suffer. Chapter 6. My son, if you be surety for thy friend, if you have stricken thy hand with a stranger, you art snared with the words of thy mouth. You are taken with the words of your mouth. Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself. When you are come into the hand of thy friend, go humble yourself and make sure your friend. Give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids. Deliver yourself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. Go to the ant, you sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Here he's telling us, if we offend our brother, don't sleep on it. Go and discuss the matter. Resolve the problem. He tells us to look at the ants and learn wisdom. He says, they have no guide, they have no overseer, they have no ruler. They provide her meat in the summer and gather her food in the harvest. How long will you sleep, O sluggard? He's talking to us about laziness. He's saying the ants, they provide when the season is right to provide. And then he asks the man, how long will you sleep, you sluggard? You need to get up and provide for yourself. So look upon the ants and learn. How long will you sleep, O sluggard? When will you arise out of your sleep? Yet a little sleep and a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travelleth, and thy want as an armed man. He's telling you that poverty will come unto you as a robber if you refuse to get up and provide. A naughty person, a wicked man, walk with a froward mouth. He wink with his eyes. He speak with his feet. He teach with his fingers. Frowardness is in his heart. He devises mischief continually. He sow discord. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. He continued to do foolishness, continue to speak how he want, take what he want, go where he want. Sooner or later, he gonna pay the price for it. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. These 6 things does EZER hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto EZER. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, and heart that devise wicked imagination, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness, that speak lies, and he that sow discord among brethren. My son, keep your father's commandment. Forsake not the law of your mother. Bind them continually upon thine heart. Tie them about thy neck. When you go, it shall lead you. And when you sleep, it shall keep you. And when you awake, it shall talk with you. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproof of instructions are the way of life. We must accept instructions when it is given, and we must show appreciation for instructions. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flatter of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Can a man take fire in his bosom, and his clothes not be burnt? Can one go upon hot coals, and his feet not be burnt? So he that go in to his neighbor's wife, whosoever touch her shall not be innocent. Men do not despise a thief, if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. But whosoever commit adultery with a woman lack comprehension. He that do it destroy his own soul. A wonder and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard ransom, neither will he restore content. Though thou givest many gifts, you go with a man's wife, and he gets to find out there is nothing you can give him that would satisfy him. Chapter 7. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with you. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eyes. Bind them upon thy fingers, write them upon the table of your heart. Say unto wisdom, you are my sister, and call comprehension your kinswoman, that they may keep you from the strange woman, from the stranger that flatter with her words. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and beheld among the simple ones. I discern among the youths a young man, void of comprehension, passing through the streets near her corner, and he went the way to her house in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. And behold, there meet him a woman with the attire of a harlot and subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Now she's outside. Now she's in the streets. She lie in wait at every corner. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, she's lying to him, I have peace offering with me, This day have I paid my vow. Therefore I come forth to meet you, delightly to seek thy face, and I have found you. I have decked my bed with covering of tapestry, with carved works, with the fine linen of Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloe, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love, for the good man is not at home. He is gone a long journey. He has taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. With her much fierce speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. He goes after her straight way as an ox goes to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasten to the snare, and know not it is for his life. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O you children, attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her paths. For she has cast down many wounded, yea, many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. He's describing to us a whore and how she destroys men. Chapter 8. Don't wisdom cry, and comprehension put forth her voice? She stand in the top of high places, by the way in the places of the paths. She cry at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the door. Unto you, O men, wisdom call. And my voice is to the sons of man. Wisdom is calling us. O you simple, comprehend wisdom. You fools, get comprehension in your heart. Hear, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. For the mouth of wisdom shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to wisdom. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them. They are all plain to him that comprehends, and right to them that find knowledge. Receive wisdom and its instruction, and not silver, and the knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to wisdom. I, wisdom, dwell in prudence, and find out knowledge of witty inventions. The love of ire is to hate evil, pride and arrogance, and the evil way, and the froward mouth does ire hate. Counsel is ire and sound wisdom. Comprehension have strength. By me kings reign, and princes decree justice. By me prince rule, and nobles, even all the judges of the earth. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. Riches and honor are with me, yea, durable riches and righteousness. My fruit is better than gold, yea, than fine gold, and my revenue than choice silver. I lead in the way of righteousness, in the midst of the path of judgment, that I may cause those that love me to inherit substance, and I will fill their treasuries. Ayah possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his work of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. When there were no depths, I was brought forth. When there were no fountains abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills was brought forth, while as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I, wisdom, was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth, when he established the cloud above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep, when he gave to the sea his decree, that the waters should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundation of the earth, then I, wisdom, was by him, as one brought up with him, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before Ayah. Rejoice in the habitable part of his earth, and my delight was with the sons of men. Now therefore hearken unto me, wisdom, you children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. Hear instructions and be wise, and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that hear me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors. For whoso find me find life, and shall obtain favor of Ayah. But he that sinneth against me wrong his own soul. All they that hate me love death. All who hate wisdom loves death. Chapter 9. Wisdom has builded her house. She has hewn out her 7 pillars. She has killed her beast. She has mingled her wine. She has also furnished her table. She has sent forth her maidens. She cried upon the highest place of the city. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wants comprehension, she said to him, Come, eat of my bread, drink of the wine that I have mingled. Forsake the foolish and live, and go in the way of comprehension. He that reprove a scorner get to himself shame, and he that rebuke a wicked man get himself a blot. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate you. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love you. My brothers and sisters, when you correct a foolish man, he hates you. And when you correct a wise man, he will love you. EZER-IAH is giving us the advice, and he's telling us what to do. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase his learning. The love of Ayah is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is comprehension. For by wisdom your days shall be multiplied, and the years of your life shall be increased. If you are wise, You shall be wise for yourself, but if you scorn it, you alone shall bear it. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple. She knows nothing. For she sits at the door of her house, on a seat in the high places of the city, to call passengers who go right on their ways. Whoso is simple, let him turn into here. And as for him that wants comprehension, she said to him, stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he know not that the dead are there, and that her guests are in the depths of hell. A clamorous woman, one who likes to talk. She is simple. She has no comprehension. And she flatters with her tongue. And she deceives you and causes you to go to hell. Chapter 10. The proverb of Jedediah: a wise son make a glad father, but a foolish son is the heaviness of his mother. Treasuries of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivers from death. I will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish, but he cast away the substance of the wicked. He become poor that deal with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent make rich. He that like to give away everything he got will end with nothing. He that gather in summer is a wise son, but he that sleep in the time of harvest is a son that will bring you shame. Blessing are upon the head of the just, but violence crown the mouth of the wicked. The memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot. The wise in heart will receive commandments, but a panting fool shall fall. He that walk uprightly walk surely, but he that pervert his ways shall be known. He that wink with the eyes cause sorrow, but a parting fool shall fall. The mouth of a righteous man is a well of life, but violence covers the mouth of the wicked. Hatred stir up strife, but love cover all sins. In the lip of him that has comprehension, wisdom is found, but a rod is for the back of him that is void of comprehension. He that wouldn't listen will have to feel. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. The rich man's wealth is his strong city. The destruction of the poor is their poverty. The labor of the righteous tend to life. The fruit of the wicked is to sin. He is in the way of life that keep instruction, but he that refuse reproof errs. He that hide hatred within lying lips, and he that utter a slander is a fool. In the multitude of words there want not sin, but he that refrain his lips is wise. The tongue of the just is as choice silver, the heart of the wicked is little worth. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom. The blessing of EZER it make rich, and he add no sorrow with it. It is as sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of comprehension has wisdom. The fear of the wicked, it shall come upon him, but the desire of the righteous shall be granted. As the whirlwind pass, so is the wicked no more, but the righteous is an everlasting foundation. As vinegar to the teeth, and as smoke to the eyes, so is the sluggard to them that send him. The love of EZER prolong days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened. The hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish. The way of EZER is strength to the upright, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. The righteous shall never be removed, but the wicked shall not inhabit the earth. The mouth of the just bring forth wisdom, but the froward tongue shall be cut out. The lips of the righteous know what it is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked speak frowardness. Chapter number 11. A false balance is an abomination to EZER, but a just weight is his delight. When pride comes, then comes shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his ways, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness. When a wicked man die, his expectation shall perish, and the hope of unjust men perish. The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead. An hypocrite with his mouth destroy his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered. When it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices, and when the wicked perish, there is shouting. By the blessing of the upright the city is exalted, but it is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. He that is void of wisdom despises his neighbor, but a man of comprehension holds his peace. A talebearer reveals secrets, but he that is of a faithful spirit conceals the matter. Where there is no counsel, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. He that is surety for a stranger shall smart for it, and he that has sorrowship is sure. A gracious woman retain honor, and strong men retain riches. The merciful man do good to his own soul, but he that is cruel trouble his own flesh. The wicked worked a deceitful work, but to him that sow righteousness shall be a sure reward. As righteousness tender to life, so he that pursue evil pursue it to his own death. They that are of a froward heart are abomination to EZER-IAH, but such as are upright in their way are his delight. Though hand join in hand, and the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. As a jewel of gold is in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman that is without discretion. The desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. There is that scattered and yet increased, and there is that withhold more than is met. But it tender to poverty. The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that water shall be watered also himself. He that withhold corn, the people shall curse him, but blessing shall be upon the head of him that selleth. He that diligently seek good procureth favor, but he that seeketh mischief, it shall come unto him. He that trusts in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch. He that trouble his own house shall inherit the wind, and the fool shall be servant to the wise of heart. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise. Behold, the righteous shall be recompensed in the earth, much more the wicked and the sinner. Chapter 12. Whoso love instruction, love knowledge, but he that hate reproof is brutish. A good man obtaineth favor of EZER-IAH, but a man of wicked device will be condemned. A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that make ashamed is as a rottenness in his bones. The thoughts of the righteous are right, but the counsel of the wicked are deceit. The words of the wicked are to lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright shall deliver them. The wicked are overthrown and are not, but the house of the righteous shall stand. A man shall be commended according to his wisdom, but he that is of a perverse heart shall be despised. He that is despised and have a servant is better than he that honor himself and lack bread. A righteous man regard the life of his beast, but the tender mercy of the wicked are cruel. He that till his land shall be satisfied with bread, but he that followeth vain persons is void of comprehension. The wicked desires the net of evil men, but the root of the righteous yield fruit. The wicked is snared by the transgression of his lips, but the just shall come out of trouble. A man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth, and the recompense of a man's hands shall be rendered unto him. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. A fool's wrath is presently known, but a prudent man covereth shame. He that speak truth show forth righteousness, but a false witness shows deceit. There is that speak like the piercing of a sword, but the tongue of the wise healeth. The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Deceit is in the heart of them that imagine evil, but to the counselors of peace is joy. There shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief. Lying lips are abomination to ire, but they that deal truly are his delight. A prudent man concealeth knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute. Heaviness in the heart of man maketh stoop, but a good word maketh glad. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces them. The slothful man roasteth not which he took in hunt, but the substance of a diligent man is precious. In the way of righteousness is life, and in the pathway thereof there is no death. Chapter 13. A wise son hear his father's instruction, but a scorner hear not rebuke. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the transgressor shall eat violence. He that keep his mouth, keep his life, but he that open wide his lips shall have destruction. The soul of the sluggard desireth and has nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. A righteous man hate lying, but a wicked man is loathsome and cometh to shame. Righteousness keepeth him that is upright in the way, but wickedness overthroweth the sinner. There is that make himself rich, yet has nothing. There is that make himself poor, yet he has great riches. The ransom of a man's life are his riches, but the poor hear not rebuke. The light of the righteous rejoiceth, but the lamp of the wicked shall be put out. Only by pride cometh contention, but with the well-advised is wisdom. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathers by labor shall increase. Hope deferred make the heart sick, but when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life. Whoso despise the word shall be destroyed, but he that loves the commandments shall be rewarded. The law of the wise is a fountain of life, to depart from the snare of death. Good comprehension give favor, but the way of transgressors is hard. Every prudent man deal with knowledge, but a fool lay up open his folly. A wicked messenger fall into mischief, but a faithful ambassador is healthy. Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuse instruction, but he that regard reproof shall be honored. The desire accomplished is sweet to the soul, but it is abomination to fools to depart from evil. He that walk with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Evil pursueth sinners, but to the righteous good shall be repaid. A good man leave an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Much food is in the tillage of the poor, but there is that is destroyed for want of judgment. He that spareth his rod hate his son, but he that love him chastise him sometimes. The righteous eat to the satisfying of his soul, but the belly of the wicked shall want. Chapter 14. Every wise woman build her house, but the foolish destroys her own house with her own hands. He that walk in his uprightness loves ire, but he that is perverse in his ways despise ire. In the mouth of the foolish is a rod of pride, but the lips of the wise shall preserve them. Where no oxen are, the crab is clean, but much increase is by the strength of the ox. A faithful witness will not lie, but a false witness will lie. A scorner seeketh wisdom, and find it not. But knowledge is easy unto him that comprehends. Go from the presence of a foolish man when you see there is no knowledge in his lips. The wisdom of the prudent is to comprehend his way, but the folly of the fool is deceit. Fools make a mock at sin, but among the righteous there is favor. The heart knows its own bitterness, and a stranger do not intermingle with his joy. The house of the wicked shall be overthrown, but the tabernacle of the upright shall flourish. There is a way that seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Even in laughter the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness. The backslider's heart is full with his own ways, and a good man shall be satisfied from himself. The simple believe every word, but the prudent man look well to his going. A wise man fear and depart from evil, but the fool rage and is confident. He that is soon angry deal foolishly, and a man of wicked device is hated. The simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. The evil bow before the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous. The poor is hated, even of his own neighbor, but the rich has many friends. He that despises his neighbor sinneth, but he that have mercy on the poor, happy is he. Do they not err that devise evil? But mercy and truth shall be to them that devise good. In all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips tend only to extreme poverty. The crown of the wise is their riches, but the foolishness of fools is folly. A true witness delivers souls, but a deceitful witness speaks lies. In the love of ire is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. The love of ire is a fountain of life, to depart from the snare of death. In the multitude of people is the king's honor, but in the want of people is the destruction of the prince. He that is slow to wrath is of great comprehension. He that is hasty of spirit exalt folly. A sound heart is the life of the flesh. Envy is the rottenness of the bones. He that oppresses the poor reproaches his master. He that honors him has mercy on the poor. The wicked is driven away in his wickedness, but the righteous have hope in his death. Wisdom rests in the heart of him that has comprehension, but that which is in the midst of fools is made known. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. The king's favor is towards a wise servant, but his wrath is against him that causes shame. Chapter number 15. A soft answer turn away his wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise utters knowledge right, but the mouth of the fools pour out foolishness. The eyes of EZER-IAH is in every place, seeing the evil and the good. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein is a branch in the spirit. A fool despises his father's instruction, but he that regards reproof is prudent. In the house of the righteous is much treasure, but in the revenue of the wicked is trouble. The lips of the wise dispense knowledge, but the heart of the foolish do not so. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to EZER-IAH, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. The way of the wicked is an abomination unto EZER-IAH, but he loved him that follow after righteousness. Correction is grievous unto him that forsake EZER-IAH's way, and he that hate reproof shall die. Hell and destructions are before EZER-IAH. How much more then the heart of the children of men? A scorner love not one that reproach him, neither will he go unto the wise. A merry heart make a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart the spirit is broken. The heart of him that have comprehension seek knowledge, but the mouth of fools feed on foolishness. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but he that is of a merry heart has a continual feast. Better is little with the love of EZER-IAH than great treasure and trouble therewith. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is, than a stalled ox and hatred therewith. A wrathful man stir up strife, but he that is slow to anger eliminates strife. The way of a lazy man is as a hedge of thorns, but the way of the righteous is made plain. A wise son make a glad father, but a foolish man despises his mother. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom, but a man of comprehension walk uprightly. Without counsel, purpose are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors they are established. A man has joy by the answer of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season, how good is it! The way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from hell beneath. EZER will destroy the house of the proud, but he will establish the border of the widow. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to EZER, but the words of the pure are pleasant words. He that is greedy of gain trouble his own house, but he that has gifts shall live. The heart of the righteous think before he answers, but the mouth of the wicked pours out evil things. EZER is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoices the heart, and a good report makes the bones fat. The ear that hear the reproof of life abide among the wise. He that refuses instruction despises his own soul, but he that hear reproof get comprehension. The love of EZER is in the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. Chapter 16. The preparation of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from EZER. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but EZER weigh the spirit. Commit thy works unto EZER, and your thoughts shall be established. EZER has made all things for himself, even the wicked for the day of evil. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to EZER. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. By mercy and truth, iniquity is purged, and by the love of EZER, men depart from evil. When a man ways please EZER, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Better is a little with righteousness than great revenues without right. A man's heart devises his ways, but EZER directs his steps. A divine sentence is in the lips of the king. His mouth transgress not in judgment. A just weight and balance are EZER's. All the weight of the bag are his work. It is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness. Righteous lips are the delight of kings, and they love him that speak right. The wrath of a king is as messenger of death, but a wise man
will pacify it. In the light of the king's countenance is life, and his favor is as a cloud of the latter rain. How much better is it to get wisdom instead of gold, and to get comprehension rather to be chosen than silver. The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keep his way preserve his soul. Pride goes before destruction, and haughty spirit before a fall. Better it is to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. He that handle a matter wisely shall find good, and who's trusted in ire, happy is he. The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips increase learning. Comprehension is a wellspring of life unto him that has it, but the instructions of fool is folly. The heart of the wise teach his mouth, and add learning to his lips. Pleasant words are as honeycomb, sweet to the soul, and health to the bones. There is a way that seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. He that labor for himself, for his mouth crave it of him. An unrighteous man dig up evil, and his lips there is as burning fire. A froward man sows strife, and a whisperer separate chief friends. A violent man entice his neighbor, and lead him into the way that is not good. He shutteth his eyes to devise forward things. Moving his lips, he bring evil to pass. The hoary head is a crown of glory, if it be found in the way of righteousness. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. He that rule his spirit than he that taketh a city. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of ire. Praise ire. Praise ire. Chapter 17. Better is a dry morsel, and the quietness therewith, than a house full of sacrifice with strife. A wise servant shall have rule over a son that cause shame, and shall have part of the inheritance among the brethren. The firing pot is for silver, and the furnace for gold, but ire try the heart. A wicked doer give heed to false lips, and a liar give ear to a naughty tongue. Whoso mocketh the poor reproaches his maker, and he that is glad at calamities shall not be unpunished. Children's children are the crown of old men, and the glory of children are their fathers. Excellent speech becometh not a fool, much less to lying lips a prince. A gift is as a precious stone in the eyes of him that have it. Whatsoever it turneth, it prosper. He that covereth a transgression seeks love, but he that repeateth a matter separate very friends. A reproof entereth more into a wise man than 100 stripes into a fool. An evil man seek only rebellion. Therefore, a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. Let a bear robbed of her whelps meet a man, rather than a fool in his folly. Whosoever rewardeth evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. The beginning of strife is as when one lets out water. Therefore, leave off contention before it be meddled with. He that justified the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to ire. Wherefore is there a price in the hand of a fool to get wisdom, seeing he has no heart to do it? A friend love at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man void of comprehension strike hands, and becometh surety in the presence of his friend. He loved transgressions that loveth strife, and he that exalt his gate seek destruction. He that has a froward heart find no good, and he that has a perverse tongue fall into mischief. He that beggeth a fool do it to his own sorrow, and the father of a fool has no joy. A merry heart do good like a medicine, but a broken spirit dry up the bones. A wicked man take a gift out of the bosom to pervert the way of judgment. Wisdom is before him that have comprehension, but the eyes of a fool are in the end of the earth. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her that bare him. Also to punish the just is not good, nor to strike princes for equity. He that has knowledge spare his words, and a man of comprehension is of an excellent spirit. Even a fool, when he hold his peace, is counted wise, and he that shut his lips is esteemed a man of comprehension. Chapter 18. Through desire, a man having separated himself, seek an intermediate with all wisdom. A fool has no delight in comprehension, but that his heart may discover itself. When the wicked come, then come also contempt, and with ignominy reproach. The words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and the wellspring of wisdom as a flowing brook. It is not good to accept the person of the wicked, to overthrow the righteous in judgment. A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth call for strokes. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. The words of a talebearer are wounds, and they go down into the innermost part of the belly. He also that is slothful, his work is brother to him that is a great waster. The name of EZER-IAH is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. The rich man's wealth is his strong city. As a high wall is his own conceit. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. He that answer a matter before he hear it, it is folly and shame unto him. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear? The heart of the prudent get knowledge, and the ear of the wise seek knowledge. A man's gift maketh room for him, and bring him before great men. He that is first in his own cause seemeth just, but his neighbor cometh and search him. The lot cause contention to cease, and partner between the mighty. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and their contention are like the bars of a castle. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Whoso find a wife, find a good thing, and obtain favor of EZER-IAH. The poor use entreats, but the rich answer roughly. A man that has friends must show himself friendly, and there is a friend that stick closer than a brother. Praise EZER. Praise EZER. Chapter 19. Better is the poor that walk in his integrity than he that is perverse in his lips and is a fool. Also, that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good. And he that hastes with his feet sinneth. The foolishness of man perverted his way, and his heart fret against EZER. Wealth maketh many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speak lies shall not escape. Many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that gives gifts. All the brethren of the poor do hate him. How much more do his friends go far from him? He pursued them with words, yet they are wanting to him. He that get wisdom love his own soul. He that keep comprehension shall find good. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speak lies shall perish. Delight is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes. The discretion of a man defers his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression. The king's wrath is as the roaring of a lion, but his favor is as dew upon the grass. A foolish son is the calamity of his father, and the contention of a wife are a continual dropping. House and riches are the inheritance of fathers, and a prudent wife is from ire. Slothfulness caused into a deep sleep, and an idle soul shall suffer hunger. He that keep the commandments keep his own soul, but he that despises his ways shall die. He that has pity upon the poor lend unto ire, and that he has given will he pay him again. Chasten thy son while there is hope, and let not thy soul spare for his crying. A man of great wrath shall suffer punishment, for if you deliver him, yet you must do it again. Hear counsel, receive instruction, that you may be wise in your latter end. There are many devices in a man's heart, nevertheless the counsel of ire that shall stand. The desire of a man is his kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. The love of ire tendeth to life, and he that has it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. A lazy man hides his hand in his bosom, and will not so much as bring it to his mouth again. Smite a scorner, and the simple will beware. Reprove one that has comprehension, and he will comprehend knowledge. He that wastes his father and chased away his mother is a son that cause shame and bring reproach. Cease, my son, to hear the instruction that cause to err from the words of knowledge. An unrighteous witness scorn judgment, and the mouth of the wicked devours iniquity. Judgments are prepared for scorners, and stripes for the back of fools. Chapter 20. Wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived by them is not wise. The fear of the king is as the roaring of a lion. Whoso provoke him to anger sin against his own soul. It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be meddling. The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg in harvest and have nothing. Counsel in the heart of man It's like deep water, but a man of comprehension will draw it out. Most men will proclaim every one his own goodness, but a faithful man who can find? The just man walk in his integrity. His children are blessed after him. A king that sit in the throne of judgment scatter away all evil with his eyes. Who can say, I have made my heart clean, and I am pure from my sin? Diverse weight and diverse measures, both of them are alike abomination to EZER. Even a child is known by his doing, whether his work be pure and whether it be right. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, EZER has made even both of them. Love not sleep, lest you come to poverty. Open your eyes, and you shall be satisfied with bread. It is naughty, says the buyer, but when he is gone his way, then he boasts. There is gold and a multitude of rubies, but the lips of knowledge are a precious jewel. Take his garment that is surety for a stranger. Take a pledge of him for a strange woman. Bread of deceit is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth shall be filled with gravel. Every purpose is established by counsel, and with good advice make war. He that goes about as a talebearer reveals secrets. Therefore meddle not with him that flatter with his lips. Whoso curse his father or his mother, his lamp shall be put out in obscure darkness. An inheritance may be gotten hastily at the beginning, but the end thereof shall not be blessed. Say not you will recompense evil, but wait on EZER, and he shall save you. Diverse weight are an abomination unto EZER. False balance is not good. Man's going of EZER, how can a man then comprehend his own way? It is a snare to the man who devour that which is holy, and after vow to make inquiry. A wise king scatter the wicked and bring the wheel over them. The spirit of man is the candle of EZER, searching all the inward parts of the belly. Mercy and truth preserve the king, and his throne is upheld by mercy. The glory of young men is their strength, and the beauty of old men is their gray head. The blueness of a wound cleanse away evil. So do stripes, the inward parts of the belly. Chapter 21. The king's heart is in the hand of EZER. All the rivers of water, he turn it wheresoever he will. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but EZER ponder the heart. To do justice and judgment is more acceptable to EZER than sacrifice. A high look and a proud heart and the plowing of the wicked is sin. The thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteousness, but of every one that is hasty only to want. The getting of treasures by a lying tongue is a vanity tossed to and fro of them that seek death. The robbery of the wicked shall destroy them, because they refuse to do judgment. The way of man is froward and strange, but as for the pure, his work is right. It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. The soul of the wicked desire evil. His neighbor find no favor in his eyes. When the scorner is punished, the simple is made wise. And when the wise is instructed, he receives knowledge. The righteous man wisely considers the house of the wicked, but ire overthrow the wicked for their wickedness. Whoso stomped his ears at the cry of the poor, he also shall cry himself, but shall not be heard. A gift in secret pacifies anger, and a reward in the bosom strong wrath. It is joy to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. The man that wander out of the way of comprehension shall remain in the congregation of the dead. He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contemptuous and angry woman. There is treasure to be desired and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man spend it up. He that follow after righteousness and mercy find life, righteousness and honor. A wise man scaled the city of the mighty, and cast down the strength of the confidence thereof. Whoso keep his mouth and his tongue, keep his soul from trouble. Proud and haughty, scorner is his name, who deal in proud wrath. The desire of the lazy kill him, for his hand refused to labor. He covets greedily all day long, but the righteous give and spare not. The sacrifice of the wicked is abomination. How much more when he bring it with a wicked mind? A false witness shall perish, but the man that hears speak constantly. A wicked man harden his face, but as for the upright, he direct his ways. There is no wisdom, nor comprehension, no counsel against ire. The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is in ire. Praise ire. Praise ire. Praise ire. Chapter 22. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. The rich and poor meet together. EZER is the maker of them all. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hide himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Humility and the love of EZER are riches and honor and life. Thorns and snares are in the way of the froward. He that keep his soul is far from them. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. The rich rule over the poor. The borrower is servant to the lender. He that sow iniquity shall reap vanity, and the rod of his anger shall fail. He that has a bountiful eye shall be blessed, for he give of his bread to the poor. Cast out the scorner, and contention shall go out. Yea, strife and reproach shall cease. He that love pureness of heart, for the grace of his lips, the king shall be his friend. The eye of EZER preserve knowledge, and he overthrow the words of the transgressor. The slothful man says, there is a lion without, and he shall not slain in the streets. The mouth of strange woman is a deep pit. He that is abhorred of EZER shall fall therein. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him. He that oppressed the poor to increase his riches, and he that give to the rich shall surely come to want. Bow down thine ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply thine heart unto EZER's knowledge. For it is a pleasant thing if you keep them within you. They shall withal be fitted in your lips, that you trust may be in EZER. I have made known to this day, even to you. Have not EZER written to thee the excellent things in counsel and knowledge, that I might make thee known the certainty of the words of truth, that you might answer the words of truth to them that send unto you. Rob not the poor because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in the gate. For EZER will plead their cause, and spoil the soul of those that spoil them. Make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man you shall not go, lest you learn his ways and get a snare to your soul. Be not you one of them that strike hands, or of them that are sureties for debts. If you have nothing to pay, why should you take away thy bed from under thee? Remove not the ancient landmark that thy fathers have set. Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men. chapter 23. When you sit to eat with a ruler, consider diligently what is before you, and put a knife to thy throat. If thou be a man given to appetite, be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat. Labor not to be rich, cease from thine own wisdom. Will you set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle towards heaven. Eat you not the bread of him that has an evil eye, neither desire you his dainty meat. For as he think in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, says he to you, but his heart is not with you. The muscle which you has eaten shall you vomit up, and lose the sweet words. Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words. Remove not the old landmark, and enter not into fields of the fatherless. For the Redeemer is mighty, he shall plead their cause with you. Apply thine heart unto instruction, and thy ear to the words of knowledge. Withhold not correction from the child, for if you beat him with the rod, he shall not die. You shall beat him with the rod, and deliver his soul from hell. My son, if your heart be wise, my heart shall rejoice, even mine. Yea, my thought shall rejoice when your lips speak right things. Let not your heart envy sinners, but be you in the love of EZER-IAH all day long. For surely there is an end, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. Hear you, my son, and be wise, and guide thine heart in the way. Be not around wine bibbers, among rioters, eaters of flesh. For the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty, and drunkenness shall clothe a man with rags. Hearken unto your father that begot you. Despise not your mother when she is old. Buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and comprehension. The father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice, and he that beget a wise child shall have joy in him. Your father and your mother shall be glad, and she that bare you shall rejoice. My son, give me thine heart, and let thine eyes observe my ways. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. She also lie in wait as for a prey. She increased the transgressors among men. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has contentions? Who has babbling? Who has wounds without cause? Who has redness of eyes? They that tarry long at the wine, they that go to seek mixed wine. Look not you upon the wine when it is red, when it give his color in the cup, when it move itself aright. Or at the last it bite like a serpent, and sting like an adder. Thine eyes shall behold strange women, and thy heart shall utter perverse things. Yea, you shall be as he that lie down in the midst of the sea, or as he that lie upon the top of a mast. They have stricken me, shall you say, and I was not sick. They have beaten me, and I felt it not. When shall I awake? I will seek you again. Wake up, my people. Wake up and leave the strange woman. Leave them alone. Chapter 24. Be not you envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them, for their heart study destruction, and their lips talk of mischief. Through wisdom is a house builded, and by comprehension it is established, and by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increase strength. For by wisdom counsel you make thy war, and in multitude of counselors there is safety. Wisdom is too high for a fool. He opened not his mouth in the gate. He that devised to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. The thought of foolishness is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men. If you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. If you forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain. If you say, behold, we knew it not, do not he that ponder the heart consider it? And he that keep thy soul, doth not he know it? And shall not he render to every man according to his work? My son, eat you honey, because it is good, and the honeycomb which is sweet to thy taste. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto your soul. When you has found it, then there shall be a reward, and your expectations shall not be cut off. Lay not wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous. Spoil not his resting place. For a just man falls 7 times and rise up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. Rejoice not when thy enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumble, lest EZER see it, and it displeases him, and he turn away his wrath from him. Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked. For there shall be no reward for the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out. My son, fear you EZER the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change. For their calamity shall rise suddenly, and who know the ruin of them both. These things also belong to the wise. It is not good to have respect of person in judgment. He that say unto the wicked, you are righteous, him shall the people curse. Nations shall abhor him. But to them that rebuke him shall be delight, and a good blessing shall come unto them. Every man shall kiss his lips that give a right answer. Prepare thy work without, and make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thy house. Be not a witness against thy neighbor without cause. Deceive not with your lips. Say not that you will do so to him as he has done to you. Do not render to the man according to his work. I went by the field of the slothful, and by the vineyard of the man void of comprehension. And lo, it was all grown over with thorns and nettles, and covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. Then I saw and considered it well, and I looked upon it, and I received instructions, yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travelleth, and thy want as an armed man. These, chapter 25, these are also proverbs of Solomon, which the men of EZER-IAH, king of EZER-IAH, copied out. It is the glory of IAH to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out a matter. The heaven for height and the earth for depth. The heart of kings is unsearchable. Take away the dross from the silver, and there shall come forth a vessel for the finer. Take away the wicked from before the king, and his throne shall be established in righteousness. Put not forth thy hand in the presence of the king, and stand not in the place of great men. For better it is that it be said unto thee, Come up hither, than thou shouldest be put lower in the presence of the princes, whom thy eyes have seen. Go not forth hastily to strive, lest thou know not what to do in the end thereof. When thy neighbor has put thee to shame, debate thy cause with your neighbor himself, and discover not a secret to another, lest he that heareth put you to shame, and thy infamy turn not away. A word filthy spoken is like apples of gold in pitcher of silver. As an earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold, so is a wise reprover upon an obedient heir. As the cold of snow is in the time of harvest, so is a faithful messenger to them that send him. For he refreshed the soul of his master, whose boast himself of a false gift is like clouds and wind without rain. By long forbearing is a prince persuaded, and a soft tongue break the bone. Has you found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for you, lest you be filled therewith and vomit it. Withdraw thy foot from your neighbor's house, lest he be weary of you, and so hate you. A man that bear false witnesses against his neighbor is a weapon and a sword and a sharp arrow. Confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. As he that taketh away a garment in the cold weather, and as vinegar upon nitre, so is he that singeth song to a heavy heart. If thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat, and if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. For you shall heap coals of fire upon his head, and ire shall reward you. The north wind drive away rain, so do an angry countenance and a backbiting tongue. It is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman and in a wide house. As cold water to a thirsty soul, so is good news from a far country. A righteous man falling down before the wicked is as a troubled fountain and a corrupt spring. It is not good to eat much honey, so for men to search their own glory is not glory. He that has no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Chapter 26. As snow in summer and as rain in harvest, so honor is not seemingly for a fool. As the bird by wandering, as the swallow by flying, so the curse without cause shall not come. A whip for the horse, a bridle for the ass, and a rod for the fool's back. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest you also be like unto him. Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own conceit. He that sendeth a message by the hand of a fool cut off the feet and drink damage. The leg of the lame are not equal. So is a parable in the mouth of fools. As he that bindeth stone in a sling, so is he that give honor to a fool. As a thorn goes up into the hand of a drunkard, so is a parable in the mouth of fools. The great EZER-IAH, who formed all things, both reward the fool and rewards the transgressor. As a dog returns to his vomit, so does a fool return to his folly. See you a man wise in his own conceit. There is more hope of a fool than of him. The slothful man says, there is a lion in the way, a lion is in the street. As the door turns upon his hinge, so does the slothful upon his bed. The slothful hideth his hand in his bosom. It grieves him to bring it again to his mouth. The sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men that can render a reason. He that pass by and meddle with strife belong not to him, is like one that take a dog by the ears. As a madman who cast firebrands, arrows, and death, so is the man that deceive his neighbor and say that he is just joking. Where no wood is, there the fire goes out. So where there is no talebearer, the strife ceased. As coals are to burning coals, and wood to fire, So is a contentious man to kindle strife. The word of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost part of the belly. Burning lips and a wicked heart are like a potsherd covered with silver dross. He that hates dissembles with his lips, and layeth upon deceit within him. When he speak fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. A lying tongue hates those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. Praise EZER, praise EZER, praise EZER. Chapter 27. Boast not yourself of tomorrow, for you know not what a day may bring forth. Let another man praise you, and not you your own mouth. A stranger, and not thine own lips. A stone is heavy, and the sand is weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than both of them. Wrath is cruel, anger is outrageous, but who is able to stand before envy? Open rebuke is better than secret love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. The fool's soul loath at honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing is sweet. As a bird that wander from her nest, so is a man that wander from his place. Ointment and perfume rejoice the heart, so do the sweetness of a man's friend by hearty counsel. Thine own friend and thy father's friend forsake not. Neither go into thy brother's house in the day of his calamity. For better is a neighbor that is near than a brother that is far off. My son, be wise, and make my heart glad, that I may answer him that reproach me. A prudent man foresee evil and hide himself, but the simple does not and are punished. Take his garment that is surety for a stranger. Take a pledge of him for a strange woman. He that bless his friend with a loud voice, rising early in the morning, it shall be counted a curse to him. A continual dropping in a very rainy day and a contentious woman are alike. Whosoever hide her, hide the wind, and the ointment of his right hand that betrays itself. Iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. Whoso keep the fig tree shall eat the fruit thereof. So he that wait on his master shall be honored. As in water, face answereth to face, So the heart of man to man. Hell and destruction are never full. So the eyes of man are never satisfied. As the fining pot for silver and the furnace for gold, so is a man to his praise. Though you grind a fool in a mortar, grinding him like grain with a pestle, you will not remove his foolishness from him. Be you diligent to know the state of your flocks, and look well to your herds. For riches are not forever. Does the crown endure to every generation? The hay appeareth, and the tender grass show itself, and herbs of the mountains are gathered. The lambs are for thy clothing, and the goats are the price of the field. And you shall have goats' milk enough for your food, for the food of your household, and for the maintenance for thy maidens. Chapter 28. The wicked flee when no man pursue, but the righteous are bold as a lion. For the transgression of a land, many are the princesses thereof, but by a man of comprehension and knowledge, the state thereof shall be prolonged. A poor man that oppressed the poor is like a sweeping rain that leave no food. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with the wicked. Evil men comprehend no judgment, but they that seek ire comprehend all things. Better is the poor that walk in his uprightness than he that is perverse in his ways, though he be rich. Whoso keep the law is a wise son, but he that is a companion of riotous men shame his father. He that by usury and unjust gain increase his substance, he shall gather it for him that will pity the poor. He that turn away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be abomination. Whosoever cause the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall himself into his own pit. But the upright shall have good things in possession. The rich man is wise in his own conceit, but the poor that has comprehension search him out. When righteous men do rejoice, there is great glory. But when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. He that cover his sins shall not prosper, but whoso confess and forsake them shall have mercy. Happy is the man that love always, but he that harden his heart shall fall into mischief. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. The prince that want comprehension is also a great oppressor, but he that hate covetousness shall prolong his days. A man that do violence to the blood of any person shall flee to the pit. Let no man save him. Whoso walk uprightly shall be saved, But he that is perverse in his ways shall fall at once. He that till his land shall have plenty of bread. He that follow after vain persons shall have poverty. A faithful man shall abound with blessing, but he that make haste to be rich shall not be innocent. To have respect of person is not good. For a piece of bread that man will transgress. He that hastes to be rich has an evil eye, and considers not that poverty shall come upon him. He that rebuke a man afterwards shall find more favor than he that flatter with the tongue. Whosoever rob his father or his mother and say, it is no transgression, the same is the companion of a destroyer. He that is of a proud heart stirs up strife, but he that put his trust in ire shall be made fat. He that trusts in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walk wisely, he shall be delivered. He that give unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hide his eyes shall have many a curse. When the wicked rise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase. Chapter 29. He that being often reproved harden his neck shall suddenly be destroyed and without remedy. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Whoso love wisdom, rejoice his father. But he that keep company with harlots, spend his substance. The king by judgment established the land, but he that receive gifts overthrow it. A man that flatter his neighbor spread a net for his own feet. In the transgression of an evil man there is a snare, but the righteous do sing and rejoice. The righteous considers the cause of the poor, but the wicked regard not to know it. Scornful men bring a city into a snare, but wise men turns away wrath. If a wise man contends with a foolish man, whether he rage or laugh, there is no rest. The bloodthirsty hate the upright, but the just seek his soul. A fool utter all his mind, a wise man keep in till afterwards. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. The poor and the deceitful man meet together. Ire lighten both their eyes. The king that faithfully judge the poor, his throne shall be established forever. The rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself bring his mother to shame. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increased, but the righteous shall see their fall. Correct thy son, and he shall give thee rest. Yea, he shall give delight unto thy soul. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keep the law, happy is he. A servant will not be corrected by words. For though he comprehend, he will not answer. Seest you a man that is hasty in his words? There is more hope of a fool than of him. He that delicately bring up his servant from a child shall have him become his son at the end. An angry man stir up strife, and a furious man abound in transgressions. A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. Whoso is partner with a thief hates his own soul. He hear cursing and beware of it not. The fear of man bring a snare, but whoso put his trust in EZER shall be safe. Many seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment come from EZER. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked. Chapter 30. The words of Agur the son of Japheth, even the prophecy. The man speak unto EZER-IAH, even unto EZER-IAH and Ucal. Surely I am more brutish than any man, and have not the comprehension of a man. I neither learn wisdom, nor have the knowledge of the holy. Who has ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who has gathered the wind in his fist? Who has bound the waters in a garment? Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name, if you can tell? Every word of EZER is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. Add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove you, and you will be found a liar. Two things have I required of thee, deny me them not before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me, lest I be full and deny thee, and say, who is EZER? Or let I be poor and steal, and take the name of EZER in vain. EZER forbid. Accuse not a servant unto his master, lest he curse thee, and you be found guilty. There is a generation that curse their father, and do not bless their mother. There is a generation that are pure in their own eyes, and yet is not washed from their filthiness. There is a generation, oh how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up. There is a generation whose teeth are as swords, and their jaw teeth as knives, to devour the poor from off the earth, and the needy from among men. The horse leash has two daughters, crying, give, give. There are three things that are never satisfied. 4 say not, it is enough. The grave, the barren womb, the earth that is not filled with water, and the fire that says not, it is not enough. The eyes that mock at his father and despise to obey his mother. The raven of the valley shall pick it out, and the young eagle shall eat it. There be three things that are too wonderful for me, yea, four which I know not. The way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent upon a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, and the way of a man with a maid. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eat and wipe her mouth and says, she have done no wickedness. For three things the earth is disquieted, and for four which it cannot bear. For a servant when he reigneth, and a fool when he is filled with meat. For an odious woman when she is married, and a handmaid that is heir to her mistress. There be four things which are little upon the earth, but they are exceedingly wise. The ant are a people not strong, yet they prepare their meat in the summer. The conies are but a feeble folk, yet make their holes in the rocks. The locusts have no king, yet go they forth all of them by bands. The spider take hold with her hands and is in king's palaces. There be three things that go well, yea, four are comely in going. A lion that is strongest among beasts, and turn not away for any. A greyhound, and he-goat also, and a king, against whom there is no rising up. If you have done foolishly in lifting up yourself, or if you have taught evil, lay your hands upon your mouth. Surely the churning of milk bring forth butter, and the wringing of the nose bring forth blood. So the forcing of wrath bring forth strife. Chapter 31. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. What my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my vow? Give not thy strength unto woman, nor your ways to that which destroy kings. It is not for a king, O Lemuel, it is not for a king to drink wine, nor for princesses strong drink, lest they drink and forget the law, and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted. Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more. Open your mouth for the dumb, in the cause of all such are appointed to destruction. Open your mouth, judge righteously, plead the cause of the poor and the needy. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband do safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seek wool and flax, and worked willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant's ship. She brings her food from afar. She rises also while it is yet night, and give meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. She considers a field, and she buy it. With the fruit of her hands she plant a vineyard. She gird her loins with strength, and strengthen her arms. She perceives that her merchandise is good. Her candle goes not out by night. She lay her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretched out her hand to the poor. She reached forth her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the sow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She makes herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates, when he sits among the elders of the land. She makes fine linen and sell it, and deliver girdles unto the merchants. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She opened her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looked well to the ways of her household, and eat not the bread of idleness. Her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many daughters have done virtuously, but you excellent them all. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that loves EZER-IAH, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gate. Praise EZER-IAH, praise EZER-IAH, praise EZER-IAH Almighty. My brothers and sisters, this is the book of Proverbs. This book is very enlightening to us. It is full from the beginning to the end with instructions and corrections, advice. It's filled with wisdom, with knowledge and comprehension. And in this book, Jedediah continued to tell us how important the spirit of wisdom is to us. How important it is to us for us to think before we speak, to consider before we follow, to take heed and counsel with EZER, our Redeemer, the only one that will not lead us astray. In this book, a question is asked. The question is, what is the name of the Father, and what is the name of the Son? Can you tell? The answer to this question, to find the name of the Father, we go into the book of Exodus chapter 3, and we read from verse 13, and it reads, And Moses said unto EZER, Behold, when I come unto the children of EZER-IAH, and I shall say unto them, The mighty one of your fathers have sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, What is his name? What shall I say unto them? And EZER said unto Moses, I am EZER. And he said, This shall you say unto the children of EZER-IAH, EZER have sent me unto you. And EZER said moreover unto Moses, This shall you say unto the children of EZER-IAH, the mighty one of your fathers, the mighty one of Abraham, the mighty one of Isaac, and the mighty one of Jacob, have sent me unto you, and this is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations. I have told us that this is the name that we have to memorize. This is the name we have to remember. And this is the name we have to pass from generation to generation. No other name but his name. That is the name of our Father, the name IAH. Now, my brothers and sisters, let us see the name of the Son. As the question is asked, can you tell? Let us see with our own eyes who the Father is calling his Son. And for this we go to the book of Exodus, the same book, and we begin to read in chapter 4, verses 21. And it reads, And IAH said unto Moses, When you go to return into Egypt, see that you do all those wonders before Pharaoh that I have put in thine hand, but I will harden his heart, that he shall not let the people go. And you shall say unto Pharaoh, Thus says IAH, EZER-IAH is my son, even my firstborn. And I say unto you, let my son go, that he may serve me. And if you refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay your son, even your firstborn. Here, my brothers and sisters, we have the Son and we have the Father. The name of the Father is IAH, and the name of the Son is EZER-IAH. Praise IAH. Praise IAH Almighty. Praise IAH. In the book of Proverbs, it continues to warn us about being foolish. In every book, in every chapter, it tells us about being foolish. We are not to be foolish. We have to be wise. We have to be prudent. We have to think and let no one think for us. We have to search our book. We have to follow the doctrines that IAH has sent to us through the prophets. We are not to go to strange mighty ones, as he explained to us, as using the metaphor of a woman, a harlot. We are not to leave our love and go to strange woman. We are not to leave our mighty one and go to strange mighty ones. My dear brothers and sisters, I hope you would listen to this and it will edify you, and you will read it, and that you will study, and it will make you strong, and it will make you right, and you will do the right thing. Teach it to your children, show it to your friends, and let us praise IAH and glorify him as he guides us and protects us, as he lay before us his table, as he protects us in the shadow of death. Let us praise IAH always. Praise IAH, praise IAH, praise IAH Almighty, praise IAH.